What's up, everybody? It's Just Reporter here, and welcome back to the Reporter Show, man. We got a lot for y'all this week, man. As always, I want to welcome my co-hosts, Devin Acosta and Josh Tucker. Oh, man. I think it's 7 sports today. We got 7 sports to cover today, and then we got a little outro for some announcements for, you know, some fall competition for the spring sports. But we got a lot of stuff to go on with. So what y'all think y'all want to start with today, bro?
Let's get football out the way.
Y'all want to get football out of the way?
Let's go get football out the way.
All right. Y'all want the good news first or the bad news first?
Let's go to bad.
We going bad?
Go bad.
All right, the bad news is we lost to the only team that did not have a win this year. That's the bad news. All right. And, buddy, they QB, might as well call him Lamar Jackson the way the boy was playing. I'm not going to lie to you. Because he got NAIA Player of the Week, Offensive Player of the Week, because Buddy had 489 total yards by himself. The team had 515. He had 336 passing yards and 141 rushing. I was going to pull up the highlights, but I was like, no, that's too much. I can't get nobody else to shine. You know what I'm saying?
Just look up Lamar Jackson highlights and that'll give you an idea.
I mean, he was doing everything. It was just like he dropped back, take a look around, I'm going to run it. Then he'll get about 15, 20 yards, do it again, and then he'll make a pass. I mean, it was just like we had no answer for him. To keep it on the real, we didn't have an answer for him defensively. We did not stop him.
The thing is, was he good enough to not have an answer for him, or was it just miscommunications on our part?
I will say he was all right. He was straight. He was pretty good. He was fast. I think the thing was he was a fast QB. And I don't know if we've played somebody.
You know how to respond to that.
Yeah, I don't think we've played anybody that's a dual threat. You know, I don't think we've played a QB that can do both very well. It's either they can run and we're going to shut that down, or they can pass the ball very well. But Buddy was doing a little bit of both, a little bit of everything. And I don't know, maybe they ain't seen a fast QB before. I didn't think he was that fast.
I'm sure he's good, but
yeah, he was good.
He's a quarterback on a team with no wins, up to that point.
That was my thing.
That means he can't be that great.
That was my thing. I didn't understand where, if this is how Buddy has been playing all year, how they 0-9?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, was he injured all year, or did we just
He just decided to get off.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
could it have been the fact that they were 0-9 or whatever, and we just didn't come to play, and we thought it was an automatic win, and wasn't prepared. You know what I mean?
I will say the word around the school was, we're gonna go 4-7. I think we're gonna smack Texas College, and we're gonna be Langston. Y'all didn't smack Texas College.
That did not happen, and I'm sorry. But there's some things that I do want to hit on before we move on to the next subject, because we're not gonna stick on it too long. But BP did throw for 325 yards, 23 for 39. So I mean, they was doing some things right, and honestly, that was with still some miscommunications with the wide receivers. Like, there was still some balls that was underthrown and that could have been called, could have been TDs, could have been this, could have been that. So it could have been even way more than that. But I'll give it to him. He did have 325 yards passing. Huh?
No turnovers, something?
I don't believe so. I don't think they had any turnovers this game.
That's probably his most
yeah. That's pretty good. So I'm gonna give that to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And running back wise, I'm a little confused with how the setup is. All right. So we have I don't know how many running backs we got on staff, but we got a lot. And the way that I see it, what you say, number one, what's his name again? Willie. He can run. He's a running back. He's a big dude. He run over anybody you want to, and I understand that. But there's different scenarios for different running backs, and he's more of I'm gonna run straight and I'm gonna just get where I gotta go. And if I gotta run behind my blocks the whole time, I'm gonna run behind my blocks the whole time. But that don't always get you the big games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Somebody that's quick, they hit the hole hard, they elusive, all types of different stuff. When you got a running back like that, it makes it a little bit better, because let's say you're supposed to be going through the 4-hole. Well, the 4-hole ain't there no more. Or you going to keep running through there and just hope that you get some yardage, or you going to bounce it outside and get some, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's my thing. And with him, he's sort of like, I'm going to just do what I'm supposed to do. I'm not bouncing outside. I'm not getting around. You know what I'm saying?
Damon does a pretty good job at that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He quick.
Yeah.
And he can do more. And so I feel like they should have gave him a little bit more opportunities in this game, and I didn't see it. And, I mean, even the announcer was saying it. He was like, Willie, you know, he runs the ball well, but he just runs you know, straight up, he's a big dude. He just gonna go where he's supposed to go, and that's it. And that don't get you nowhere all the time.
And it's not even a shot at Willie as much as it's just a difference in play style. Like a lot of, I mean, look at the NFL. A lot of NFL teams carry two backs. One is a quick 1st and 10 running back, let's get 5-6 yards, and the other one is a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. So it's not even that Willie can't run. It's just a different style of run. He's more of a power back. What's the other running back's name? Damon more of a, you know, elusive speed back. But.
And that's my thing. Like he said, it's nothing against Willie, because I know you are a good running back. I've seen you do it before. But there's different games for different personnel, and that's all I'm gonna say. Then go ahead.
On that note, like with personnel, like Damon can't get it done, Willie can't get it done. We have so much depth at running back that excuse me, that I feel like we don't use.
Okay.
Like we got Kimadra, we got Matt. We have other options. I feel like we haven't utilized those options to this point, and it's end of the season.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's something we could have had fixed early on.
We could have.
But
End of
it
the
didn't
day,
take the
man,
opportunity.
how many points did we score though? 30, what was it like?
I ain't even write the score.
I think it was
down.
36. 36, 38. So we scored enough points to win the game. This one, most of the time, I point the finger at the offense, but this one, I got to give it to the defense. You can't let, I'm not going to say a no name. I'm not going to disrespect the man. He's a good player.
Yeah, good player.
You can't let somebody on a 0-win team get NAI Offensive Player of the Week.
stupid.
Like, not even conference player, like the whole NAI, the whole country. Like, you just can't let that happen. Like, he's out there looking like he playing Madden.
Yeah.
We can't let that happen in defense. Otherwise, we win the game.
Exactly. But I'm going to end it on a good note, man. We done dogged on you, so I'm going to end it on a good note. Josiah Barron, number 0, wide receiver, was going stupid. He was going crazy out there. He had 7 receptions for 155 yards, and that is the school record. So, of course, you breaking school records, you certified, my boy. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get that to you this week. We're not even going to put nobody else out there on it. We had a lot of athletes. We had a lot of games this week. We had a lot going on. But if you break a school record, I feel like that's automatic. That's automatic. I'm going to give it to you. So you the certified player of the week, man. So props to you on that. He did. And so he was really doing whatever he wanted to do out there. They was throwing the ball deep. He was catching. He was coming back to it. He was doing a little bit of everything. So props to you, man. But the end of the game, man. I also want to shout out the kicker, number 34. I'm sorry I ain't got your name right now. But a 53-yard field goal, that's crazy. Buddy kicked a 53-yard field goal. But at the end of the game, when it came down to it, they got the kick blocked, man. The kick was blocked, and that was the end of the game.
Man.
I was just
that's not even 34. That's not even his fault.
Yeah, it's not. No, it's not. No, I was just saying, like, if props to you for the. Yeah, he made the 53. He probably was gonna make this one.
Yeah.
What was funny though, was he did make the first kick, but they called the timeout right before he kicked it, and so everybody was like, "Oh, it's all good. He just made the kick. Like, we just gonna go back out there and do the same thing." But then it got blocked, and I was like, "Dang, that's tough."
Last thing I'm gonna say about as far as Josiah Barron, man, he let him be an example for the whole football team. You know, season ain't going how he wanted to do, but he still went out there, put up some numbers, got some film. So I think, you know, everybody should look at him and be like, let's do the same. Like, season we don't have a great record, but let's 1, finish on a win, and 2, as far as like for your personal, like go get some numbers and some good film just to have for this season.
Yeah, but like you got people, despite your record, despite how good or bad the season goes, people are gonna support you, whether it's friends from back home, family, even your own teammates, bro. Like some of these people just want you to, they want to see you succeed. They want to see you go get what you've been working for your whole life. And so, I mean, you're gonna go out there and play. Take advantage of every single down that you play.
Yeah. All right, man. We're gonna go ahead and jump straight into men's soccer. They took an L in the tournament, first game, man. They lost 1-2 to Southwestern Christian, which they lost to them just a couple weeks back. They lost to them just a couple weeks back, man. But it was just like, I don't know. I guess the game plan wasn't there. They had Southwestern Christian had 7 shots on goal. We had 2 shots on goal. So sounds like they were a little bit more aggressive. Yeah, they were the aggressors. They were on our side more than we were on theirs. So that was it for them NAIA-wise. But we still have the NCCAA tournament for the teams that do not qualify for NAIA. So, you know, that's something new that we got this year. You know, we got the ability to still be continue playing ball, even though we're technically done with NAIA stuff. And that starts on the 27th, I believe. So they got a little bit of time before they get things going.
Get reset a little bit and then get things back rolling.
I feel like that's just, it's kind of underwhelming for what we saw for the men's team at the beginning of the season. NCCAA tournament is great, but it's kind of like that's not what I saw our men's team doing. I thought our men's team had some goals higher than that.
A confidence thing too. Towards the end of the season, they did not play like they did at the beginning of the season. Beginning of the season, they were on fire. They was playing, and towards the end, they just pieces fell apart.
Losing that heartbreaker to MacU, man, that's just that can do a lot to your mental. Like how they lost and how close they were to winning, man. That could do a lot. They just never. I don't know. It seemed like they never really was the same after that, man. So I just hate that they lost. Anyways,
I also think at some point you think about it, like we said, like the last half of the season they only won 2 games, and now it's like now they still only won 2 games through 8 or 9, 10 games. Yeah. And it's just like at some point you got to think like, all right, coach, we got to make some adjustments because it ain't working. Yeah. But I don't know, man. It just didn't end up the way that we thought it was going to end up. But that's just how it goes sometimes. Yeah. So
that's life.
Yeah. It is what it is. Sports. So we're going to go ahead and go on to women's soccer. Women's soccer, they lost. I don't want to make it sound bad. Honestly, it was a close game, surprisingly. It was a really close game against OCU, which was a really top seeded because we were at the bottom of the rankings. So they played a top seed and they only lost 1-0. 1-0. They only lost 1-0. The bad thing is we didn't get any shots on goal.
So no wonder we didn't score a point when we didn't get one shot.
So I mean, we lost 1-0, but it's still a loss. So that's it for them. I don't think they even qualified for the NCCAA tournament. So I think that's it for them.
We'll give them a shout out though. We were playing OCU's gym this weekend. And after they had just lost, they still showed up in their jerseys to support. So I ain't gonna lie, man. It's something to be said about that because if my season was just ended, bro, that's the last thing I want to do is go support a different team. So I appreciate the women's soccer team for that.
Big.
That's big time.
I don't know. For the players that's coming back, man, I just hope y'all remember this year and sort of have some on your back going into the offseason. That grind got to be something different because I would hate to have a season where I just feel like we couldn't find no success. So I hope for next season, man, that y'all come back and y'all on fire. You know what I'm saying? I want to be saying some good things about y'all next year. But that's all we got for soccer this year, man. It was a quick little end. I didn't know it was gonna be like that, but
it's all right though.
That's it, man. That's it for soccer. We're gonna go ahead and get into volleyball. Now, volleyball. If I had some confetti with me, I'd shoot it off right now, because they upset the number 13 team in the nation. They and it wasn't in 5 sets. They only had to do it in 4 sets, 3-1 against Texas Wesleyan, which was the top ranked seed in the SAC. So let's go ahead and do a little breakdown. I mean, they had a game previously in that week. I'll go ahead and break that down just real quick. Then we'll get into the conference games. They had a game against Eastern New Mexico. Valentina had 51 assists, crazy. They had 19 kills. Selma had 16 kills, and then Carly had 11 kills. This is like a triple threat. I feel like them the top 3 in kills every game. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. They got plenty of weapons to choose from. But then the game against Texas Wesleyan, it was all 3 of them sort of broke down into 3 different sets. The first set, they played a really good set. It was a back and forth match. They ended up winning the first set, and Selma was sort of showing out in that first set. She ended up with 16 kills in that as well, with 24 digs. The second set, we was putting it on 20-12, and we lost that set. I said, hold on now. What are we doing? But when I think about it, it's just like when you get up on a good team, bro, you got to close out.
You got to.
Because if you don't close out,
they'll capitalize.
Yes, exactly. And that's
put up the gas. They gonna come with it, bro. They gonna come with it, bro.
It's harder to play. Like once you're up on a good team, that's when it's hard to keep that, just because A, they're gonna be mad trying to come back. B, you get complacent.
The slightest mistake is gonna.
And so they ended up coming back and winning that second set. But I guess maybe coach got into them and was like, "What in the world y'all doing?" Because they came back in that third and fourth set and they handled their business. They came back the third set. It was sort of another really close back and forth match. Carly Heidelberg, she was showing up in that third set, man. She ended up over the whole match with 14 kills. It was a little different, though. You know, typically it's very heavy on setting for day, set for day, set for day. And so I think it was in the game plan, like we need to spread this thing out. You know what I'm saying? We need to give everybody some love so we can attack them from different ways. And I think it helped them out a lot, honestly. I mean, Fade was still, she still did her thing. She ended up with 16 kills, and she really showed up in the fourth set. And I think she ended it as well. And in the fourth set, they really handled their business. They was up 22-12, and they closed it out. So
I think that's a good adjustment made by Coach Yakamazi. You know, it's easy to beat a one-trick pony, but whenever they got Selma showing up, Carly, and Fade, and it's like, now they got to worry about 3 different. You know what I'm saying?
So like you said, that's really good to see that you're switching up the game plan because you need something different. So they ended up winning that match, and that was really, really big for them. I mean, it didn't really change much because they were in the middle of the pack, so they don't really get to a point where they would be able to host a game. But it was just, I mean, to me, if I upset a team right before I'm going into the playoffs, I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. So
also, in props to them for being able to move on, especially losing that second set, that, choking that lead or whatever. Like, most of the time, we would just, lay down, like, they just came back and whooped us, and that's that. But they found it again. They got back in the game and finished it off.
Exactly. So that was good to see, man. And then in that match, Valentina had 50 assists. So she been going crazy. And I promise you, I was checking for volleyball players of the week. They ain't got them up yet, but I'm still looking. Because if she ain't up, I'm going to be mad. Yeah. I know the SAC commissioner follows us. So I might have to shoot him a little DM. Hey, buddy, I need some different voters. I need some different voters because I don't see nobody else putting up 50 assists a match. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be sure to keep up with that. But they turned around and they had to play. I mean, when you play back-to-back #1 teams, man, that's a tough little weekend. So like I said, we wanted them to get one, and they got one. So, but they ended up losing to Sagu later on Saturday. And they lost in 3 sets, so that was a tough one. The first 2 sets was sort of like they lost the first 2 sets, I think, by 10 points in both of those sets, like 25-16, 25-15. Third set, they put it in a little fight, but they didn't come out on top. But I'll take it as a little dub. That weekend was good for them. I think especially going into the playoffs, as you'll see on the screen, man, they got MACU at 7:30 today. They're playing against MACU, and I think we can handle MACU. But of course, if we beat MACU, we'll probably end up playing Texas Wesleyan again, and we already beat them.
Yeah, we already know.
You know what I'm saying?
Beat them.
The thing about that though is when you beat a team, they always say it's hard to beat a team twice. A good team twice. It's really hard, and so I hope that they come out on fire, man. And I hope they get that MACU win and then go into the next day ready to play Texas West. And
I think if I'm on the women's volleyball team right now, obviously hoping to beat MACU, but I'm rooting for Panhandle State today.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe they'll upset.
Maybe they'll upset Wesley for OPSU. That's exactly because I remember when we was playing that tournament ball, boy. I remember one time one of the lower seeded teams was about to upset one of the top seed teams. I was over there going crazy. I said, y'all got to do this because I don't want to play them right now. I want to see the top team lose because then they got to beat you twice to get you out the tournament. I don't know if double elimination is the same for every tournament. Is double elimination for y'all?
Not
in the tournament? Not for y'all. So I don't know how it is for volleyball. I know for baseball it's double elimination. I don't know what it is for volleyball, but they got MACU today. So I want to see. I hope they got a little dub at the end of the day. Yeah, gotta go get it done, man. All right, now we're gonna jump into basketball. Now this is something that I expected. I'm not gonna lie. If they did anything less than go 3-0, I would be upset with both of y'all. Cause you the media man and you putting up all the highlights. You hooping, you feel me? So I would have been upset at both of y'all. Y'all probably wouldn't have been on the show today if y'all would have went 0-3. You know what I'm saying? If y'all would have went 0-3, I would have been like, you know what? Don't even come to the show. Y'all need to figure it out. Y'all need to figure it out. But they did what they were supposed to do. They had a dominant start. The first home game, it was 115-65 versus Pecan. They did what they were supposed to do. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't like they was playing a really tough team. This was sort of like a little warm up. You know what I'm saying? Like when them D1 teams be playing them NAIA schools. First of all, did y'all see that? LSU was playing Loyola. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I think, bro, the NAIAs just get money from that. That's all. That's all it can be for me. Like, there's no way they just decided.
Yeah, there's no way because if somebody told me, y'all finna go play Kansas, I'm gonna be like, men's basketball, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna cover that game because that's probably not gonna be.
Louisville actually lost first game to NAIA.
Did they really?
They did.
To who?
I don't remember. They lost, and then actually Kentucky played NAIA, and it was tied at halftime. Of course, Kentucky ended up winning by 20, but.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
why they schedule the games,
so,
I don't know.
yeah.
But the NAIA been showing out a little bit. They've been showing out a little bit.
But is that men's basketball?
Yeah, it's men's.
Okay, men's basketball, yeah, they've been showing out. But every women's basketball game I've seen, D1 versus NAIA, it's been bad. It's been bad. But so Lindsey Brown had 25 points in that first game on 70% shooting. Yeah,
didn't he?
Yeah,
he was
arching
that.
lights out. You know what I'm saying? He was really doing that thing.
I think D-Mike was 100% too.
Yeah,
Right.
D-Mike
6 for 6, yeah.
I think. And so they really did what they were supposed to do. Now, why we not dunking the ball on fast breaks? Is that what's going on?
I'm gonna take blame for about the last 3 or 4 minutes. You know, we had a lot of fast breaks. Everybody, all the football players, pass it, get out,
Why
dunk
we not dunking?
Bro,
Yeah,
I'm doing what the coach told me. That's it.
Okay,
I'm doing what
okay.
the coach told me.
Okay,
No fast
yeah.
breaks unless we get the steal. So
Okay, bro.
I'm not trying to do that.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We trying to see some dunks, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we saving the highlight plays for the conference games.
Okay. I'll let y'all slide for right now. Then they went away on the Abe Lemons Classic, and they also handled their business. The first game was against Missouri Baptist. They won 81-60. They had 4 players in double digits: Brown, Hill, Belfield, and Murray. Both was in double digits. So, like I said, they doing what I expected them to do. Y'all talk to me a little bit about that since y'all was actually there.
Yeah. See, Missouri Baptist, I mean, we won by 21. That's a game we probably should have won by 30 plus.
Yeah.
But I will say they're a team that could be in the national tournament.
Okay.
I mean, they're levels ahead of Bacone, and we held them to 60 points, and Bacone put up 65 on us. So that's the good thing we can take away from that game.
Yeah.
We probably could have won by 10 more points, in my opinion, but that's not a bad team at all. It's a team we could definitely see in March.
Okay.
So it was a good team.
You got anything to add?
He put it
That's
perfect.
good
He
right
put
there?
it perfect,
All right,
yeah.
cool. Now we're going to go into this game against Florida College. Now, y'all scared me a little bit. All right, this game was a little close. They won this game 77-74 against Florida College. Another double digits for a couple of players, Hill, Murray, and Brown. So it sounded like they got a little triple. Yeah, you know, it's a little triple threat going, man. Every now and then, somebody else gonna step up and do the same thing. So it's good to see that. Talk to me about that game. That was a little close. Was it more like a buzzer beater, or was it that's just how it ended up?
It was. We probably had a 5-6 point lead the majority of the game, and then we had some turnovers and some just bad possessions the last 2 minutes. We really gave them a chance to win.
The game shouldn't have been that.
Yeah, it was one of those games I'm not even gonna lie, it was just flat out ugly on our part. But granted, Florida College is a good team too.
I was gonna say, I looked at that record, and they look like they've been handling business too. So
we went and watched them play OCU the night before we played them, just some scout. Bro, they beat them on a full court buzzer beater, pretty much, bro.
Like 3 quarters.
He was about at the 3. He was a little bit past the 3-point line on the side.
He threw that thing.
I mean, yeah, he was running,
He
threw it
chunked
up
it, yeah,
off glass too.
And just
But
banked it.
yeah, banked it. But
that's crazy.
they're a good team. We definitely should have beat them by more, but
Yeah.
they're not no scrubs. Like, they're gonna win their conference most likely. It was just completely ugly game on our part. But
I got you.
you gotta win the ugly ones to lose the ugly ones. So
Hey, like you said, sometimes as long as you get the dub.
facts.
You know, I know it's not always gonna be pretty, but as long as you get the dub, I'll take it, man. So I'm glad to see that. So we'll go ahead and move on to men's wrestling. They took 2 L's to start off their season. Now with wrestling, I couldn't find anything because they do tournaments, and for whatever reason, a lot of them just put the team scores. Now I know it's an individual sport, but it also adds up to a team score. But I was trying to see who won the individual matches, but I couldn't get anything. So wrestling, if y'all got some information for me, y'all got to send it my way because I'm not getting it. What I did see was that they lost as a team to Trinidad State 21-23, and they also lost to Highlands 18-29. So rough start for them.
I'm also gonna say I don't know how wrestling scored at all.
I feel you.
I'm gonna need some of the wrestlers to inform me.
We might call one of y'all up on the show just to break down the tournament for us, man. Because I think they're at a tournament right now that has like 100 or something wrestlers. So I don't know if it's probably not done. I doubt it's done. They probably still out there wrestling doing something.
Yeah.
So I don't have that for right now, but that started over the weekend. But what I do have is just those 2 matches, and they didn't come out on top. So like I said, man, if y'all can help me out with them stats or shoot me an email if you want to be on the show, I'll bring you on the show, man. You got to help me out because we don't know too much about wrestling. I know about these other sports, so I feel comfortable enough talking about them, but I don't want to disrespect y'all sport if I don't know what's going on.
Agreed.
So.
Only thing I'm going to say about wrestling is that if they lose any games, it's not because of lack of preparation. Because, you know, I see them in the weight room all the time. Yes, bro. They got the heavy metal music going.
They be running around campus,
doing running around, carrying I mean, they do it all. So they like really in the military how they be working out. But so they work hard. I know that.
I feel like that's the most demanding sport.
Oh, it's got to be.
I would not be able to do that. You telling me somebody throwing me on the ground consistently at practice? I don't even like hitting the ground when I'm just out there. You know what I'm saying? So props to y'all, bro. But we're going to go ahead and jump into women's wrestling. Now, they handled their business. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, women's wrestling is really a prestigious program. They typically have some really good teams that they put together, and they look like it in their first showing versus Trinidad State. They won 30-5 as a team. So, yeah, they did that thing. Like I said, though, no individual stuff. So y'all got to let me know. If y'all even watching it, y'all probably, I don't know. I don't know if wrestling folks watch it, so we'll see. We'll see. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, man. I wanted to do a quick little shout-out to the baseball team. They had a Fall World Series. They had a good little Fall World Series. Typically, we do a 5-game series, but I guess they cut it down to 3. And in the last game, it was 11-5 going into the last couple of innings. And then they scored a couple of runs, and then that boy Hans hit a grand slam to put them up 13-11 to close out the Fall World Series. I feel like that's a fun little close out to the fall, man. That's a fall way. I mean, that's real fun. So I know they're probably real excited to go into the spring now. So I'm glad to see that. So let's go ahead and do the upcoming games and go ahead and close this one out, man. Today, of course, as I said earlier, volleyball will be playing MACU in the conference tournament. Tomorrow, this does not happen often, so y'all got to show out. Wrestling has a home match against Texas Wesleyan tomorrow at 5 p.m. So, you know, y'all got to come out there and check that thing out, man. We don't get a lot of opportunities to see wrestling at home. So y'all got to come out tomorrow at 5 p.m. Check out wrestling. Thursday, men's basketball will be at Our Lady of the Lake. It'll be an away game. Friday, women's basketball will open up their home. See, I think this is actually their season opener as well as the home season opener. Yes. So they'll be playing Texas A&M Texarkana at 7 p.m. on Friday. So y'all be sure to check that out, man. Saturday, wrestling will be at the Carl Albert Open. Women's basketball will be against Haskell at 2 p.m. I don't know. We're probably not going to be able to cover that one for the media because football will also be at 2 p.m. against Langston. So both 2 p.m. games on that Saturday. So got a lot coming up this week, man. We got some exciting things. We'll probably add some things to the show for the winter and the spring sports, man. We got some things going on that we're going to try to play with. So I hope it all works out, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show today, man. We'll catch y'all next week.